This moon happens during a season of growth. In the wild, it's when deer start regrowing their antlers, bigger and stronger than before. Spiritually, this moon marks a time where we're regrowing parts of ourselves that broke or went dormant after a hard season. If you've been through emotional heartbreak, especially one that shook your identity or left loose ends, this moon is going to bring all of that to the surface, not to punish you, but to remind you of how far you've come, and more importantly, where you still need healing. There's something incredibly tender about this moon. It wants you to be real with yourself, not surface level okay, not fake moving on okay, but truly honest. What still hurts? What still lingers? That's why your ex might be showing up in your mind, in your dreams, or even in your inbox. The universe is creating space for emotional honesty, whether you asked for it or not. It's not necessarily about them. It's about you and a part of your heart that got stuck somewhere in that relationship. Sometimes it's not even about missing them. It's about missing who you were when you were in love, the version of you that had hope, the one that believed in something, the one that wanted connection so badly you gave more than you received. Or maybe it's about the pain, the unanswered questions, the fact that you never really got to say what you wanted to say, the door that didn't close properly. This moon shines a light into those emotional corners, the places you've ignored because life got busy or the healing felt too big. It's okay to feel this now. It's okay to still care. Caring doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human and you loved with depth. If you've been riding an emotional roller coaster lately, crying randomly, feeling nostalgic, then annoyed with yourself 5 minutes later, you're not alone. That's the energetic whiplash that comes with full moons, especially ones like this that dig into the heart space. Your emotional body is doing its version of a clean-out. All the things you didn't say, all the feelings you pretended not to have, all the times you told yourself, "It's fine, I'm over it," when you really weren't. And even if your mind knows the breakup was necessary, your energy might still be holding on to things like guilt, shame, regret, longing, maybe even love. You're allowed to miss them and still know they're not right for you. You're allowed to cry about what happened and still feel proud for walking away. Both things can be true. That's not weakness, that's truth. Some people just leave marks on us. It doesn't always make sense. They weren't your forever person, but the connection went deep. Maybe it was a karmic thing, maybe a twin flame, maybe a lesson that broke you open in all the ways you needed to grow. If you're still feeling the pull toward them, even if you've blocked them, deleted photos, told yourself you're over it, it could be because there's unfinished emotional energy between you. Not because you're supposed to reunite, but because your soul wants resolution. This doesn't mean you have to talk to them. Sometimes the closure you're waiting for isn't something they can give. It's something you give yourself by choosing peace over answers, forgiveness over resentment, growth over repeat cycles. This full buck moon is pushing you to stop pretending you're okay just to be strong. It's asking you to feel it, all of it, even the messy stuff you'd rather ignore, because the only way to truly move on is to go through the feelings, not around them. Let go of the fantasy version of that relationship, the one where they change, or come back better, or suddenly understand everything. Stop carrying responsibility for how they treated you. That was never yours to carry. Be honest about what you're still grieving, then start the gentle work of releasing it. Let's be real. This energy, it's magnetic. It wouldn't be shocking if your ex suddenly texts you or reacts to a story. They're feeling this moon too, whether they realize it or not. But just because someone misses you doesn't mean they've grown. And just because someone reaches out doesn't mean you're meant to open the door again. If they come back with the same energy that left you confused, hurt, or waiting, you'll feel it immediately. You've done too much healing to play small again. You know what real love feels like now, and anything less will feel empty. Trust yourself to tell the difference. You're not in the same emotional place you were back then. You've leveled up. This buck moon isn't about going backward. It's about reclaiming the parts of you that got lost in the storm of heartbreak. It's about pausing, breathing, and acknowledging how much emotional weight you've carried in silence. It's about honoring that weight and then choosing to finally set it down. You are not defined by who left, who stayed, or who couldn't love you the way you deserved. You're defined by how you choose to love yourself now, how you show up for your own heart, how you don't abandon yourself for anyone ever again. This is your moment, not to erase the past, but to finally close the chapter gently, with love. You're not broken. You're not stuck. You're in a sacred season of regrowth. The full buck moon is holding up a mirror, not to shame you, but to show you how strong you've become, even if you don't feel like it yet. Think about who you were at the beginning of that relationship, the way you ignored red flags, the way you silenced your own needs, the way you tried to make it work, even when it cost you your peace. And now, you're not that person anymore. You might still be healing. You might still cry sometimes. You might still wonder. But you're also starting to choose yourself more often. You're saying no to what drains you. You're craving depth, clarity, presence. That's not weakness. That's proof of transformation.